My guest today has a quiet 2018 in Trackmania wise, but if I know him correctly, 2018 has not been a quiet year for him personal. So why not hear what he has to say about his life now and why we don't see him in Trackmania anymore? But first of all, the most important question of them all, xxRider, how are you?
Hello, man. I'm doing pretty good. Pretty good. Being busy in life, as you mentioned. So in 2018, as you said, it's been a quiet year in Trackmania. But personally, I graduated from my school. I became a father, and I got a full-time job, all within 9 days.
Damn, I thought about starting about the gaming career, but let's just start with the personal things because I think that's what people actually wonder about. Can you tell us why don't we see you in Trackmania anymore, and what are you doing in your personal life?
So yeah, you don't see me that much. I still play from time to time, to have fun with my friends. But the biggest thing is full-time job, and being a dad is what takes up most of my time. Like when I play, it's usually when the little family goes to sleep, and I have some time for myself. And sometimes it's not a lot of time I have. So yeah, you'll most often see me in Rocket League nowadays, because it's easier to get in and just play for a couple of games and then go to sleep.
Huh. Why do you think that it's more easy to play Rocket League casually than Trackmania?
If you know me, I'm all in, man. If I start playing Trackmania, I'll be back to the good old hunting days, hunting for 4 hours straight. I had an episode with Nevermind the other day where we played for like 3 or 4 hours, and that's just it's one of my biggest things. Like I cannot do anything half. Like it's all or nothing.
Let's get back to the day when you actually decided to move out of Trackmania. But was there actually one day you decided it, or was it a longer process that it faded out and real life became more important to you?
Well, it was a long progress, because from the winter of 2017, or actually the summer of 2017, I started losing a lot of weight. I don't know if anyone recalls the nest where I was quite drunk the whole weekend, and played not very good. Up to that land, I didn't play the game for like 3 months. I was already starting, pulling away from it, and was focusing on myself. I just came out of a long relationship, almost 7 years, and I had to get on top of that, and losing weight was my way to dealing with it. So I started to pull away from the community and just focus on myself. I didn't turn on my PC for almost 4 months, and that was the thing that really made me stop. I started playing again late 2017, early 2018, but it didn't last long. Then I found my current girlfriend in the early 2018, and 4 months later, she got pregnant. So that's really why I stopped playing. That was also when I made the post on my Facebook page, like I'm officially resigning and not wanting to play anymore.
You said that when you first started training, you sort of had to focus on that only. Is that the same mental aspect as you had in Trackmania? Like you said, you cannot play it because then you know that you'll focus only on it. Does that aspect move over to training as well? When you first put your mind to it, you go 100% in.
Oh yes. When I first started playing Trackmania back in 2006. Back then everything was new with the game. There was I only played full speed because that was mostly what people knew. Of course, there were some techie maps, but full speed players understood like nothing of that. We just drove into walls and stuff like that. So for the first 3 years, I played full speed, and I joined AR, the team that's still around, and that got me into tech when I joined AR, because they had some tech maps as well. And when I found tech, I was like, no, I'm not want to do this, and I stopped the game for quite some time, 1.5 2 years. When I got back, it was 100% into tech. Like within the first 4 months, I became pretty decent, and I joined Fun Team afterwards.
Would you say that you are, because you played full speed in the early days, how big of a talent would you say that you are in full speed compared to the more famous tech career that you had?
Not even close, like not even remotely. The full speed back then was, yeah, it was just for fun mostly. Hunting maps, trying to get the world records, and yeah, becoming, pretty known. But it didn't work out as well as I wanted, and that's also why I stopped, because I didn't want to continue when it was full speed.
It's 12 years ago since you started your career. What is your impression that you're left with now, and how would you describe the days back in 2006 compared to, let's say, 2016 when you still were around?
Can you ask the question again? Sorry.
How would you describe the scene in 2006 compared to 2016?
Oh yeah, well the scene now compared to 2016 is or compared to 2006 is a lot different. Yeah, people are more serious. Everyone knows tech nowadays. Back in the days, it was only full speed, and tech was this miniature scene going back in the background. But nowadays, it's only tech that is seen and played at LANs and stuff like that.
You talked about, or you mentioned that you moved into Fun Team and moved sort of into a pro scene. How was the process of you actually joining that team?
Joining Fun Team was pretty fun. Like we had this forum where everyone applied, and after 4 months, I joined the first tech team I joined when I got back into the game was Origin. It was a team Ant created, and I joined that to gain experience. I played a couple of matches there as well, but I can't remember really what happened to the team. I think everyone went inactive within the first 4 months I was there. Then I played for I think a couple of weeks by myself, and then I found Fun Team, and I enjoy playing with some of the guys. I don't know if anyone remembers them, but Curtis is one of the guys that really got me into the team. And then Air, of course, the captain of Fun Team back then as well. And I applied for the team, and I got the spot, and yeah, I have stuck together with the same people since back then, so since 2011.
Yeah, what is actually the main reason why you have stayed so loyal and just stayed in that team for such a long time?
Friendship, the sheer joy of being in the team. Like me and Nevermind has stuck together since back then. There was a time with Fun Team where it was almost just me and him holding everything together. Like we had a hard talk once if we should just give it up and join some other teams, but still we were like, no, we really want to do this, and so we merged together with some pretty talented guys, and some of them are still in the team today, which really helped us move forward and becoming what M&M is today, because we got to a point with Fun Team where we were like, yeah, we want something more, and for a long time we searched for an organization that wanted us and that could support us. So that's really why we chose M&M, because their interest in us and they saw a future in Trackmania and in me and Nevermind and also Air. By the way, I have to apologize. I have a baby sitting on my lap as well. So she's making some noises.
That's totally fine. The first guess with the two people actually.
Yeah, indeed.
But you talked about just you and Nevermind sort of being left. Why did you actually stay together instead of moving out? Because in my head, it's sort of easier to just, okay, we're just two guys. It's easier to just split up and find a new team. How strong would you say that him being, or your friendship of you being, is the reason why M&M Gaming is still around? If you understand the question.
I understand the question, and for sure, like me and Nevermind, we were inseparable. Still are. Like I can come back to him and talk with him. Like I said a couple of nights ago, when it was only me and him talking, like back in the days, and it's just like I never left since. It's like, or yeah, it's been 1.5 years since I since I really left the scene, but it's just, yeah, it's a good friend you're talking with, and yeah, I really don't miss Trackmania that much. Still miss the heart beating when you're playing matches and stuff like that, but really like the friendships you get there. I think many can relate to that. That's really what kept me in the game for a long time. And I think that was what kept Fun Team together as well back then. It was just me and Nevermind like wanting to continue this team, because there was a lot of feelings involved in it, and yeah, we just, I think we found each other and found the right players to build a foundation to the team.
Yeah, how was the process of actually finding new players, and how much did you take part in it, or was it just Nevermind, who we know are the team leader today?
Well, I don't want to take credit or anything, but I think like it was 60-40. So Nevermind, of course, was the main driver of finding members and stuff like that. And I tried to do the same thing. I don't remember if anyone remembers, but Serbi was there as well for a short bit of time. And that's because me and Serbi is pretty good friends as well in real life. We're planning on meeting again in some weekend when I have time, to build a PC for his friend, and yeah, I still enjoy talking with people outside of the scene, and yeah, that's, yeah, I don't know where I wanted to go with that, but
besides
so
Serbi,
yeah.
is there anyone else that you are sort of proud of recruiting and you saw the talent in, and he developed to be a good player?
That's actually a pretty good question, because I don't really recall that many recruitments, because Nevermind really in the later years took a lot of the initiative to find new good players. Eager, for an example, that's down to Nevermind, and him staying here as well is because I think Eager feels the same way I do. Like, friendship is the things that drive this game. Like that's why all of the people in the top tier teams and also below that sticks together, because it's what's drive the motivation is friendship, compared to many other games where it's just down to performance. Like you see the CS:GO team where the players just change team from season to season because, oh, there's more money over here and more money over there, and I really love that that's not the case with Trackmania in that huge of a degree, at least. So and we were always good at recruiting people, because the atmosphere we build around the team, and we have in when we're talking in Discord or back in the days TeamSpeak, everyone is just there and connected and enjoying playing the game.
Let's talk about when actually you found an organization in M&M Gaming. Did that make the game more serious for you, and you sort of, okay, now I can go to offline events and such, I have support? Did the view of the game change for you?
No, not really. Like, I went to ESWC the year before as a Fun Team member, and I to be honest, I wanted to find an organization before I went to ESWC, because it would be cool to sit there in a gamer's jersey and yeah, just looking like a pro and feeling like a pro. But so 2 days before I actually went to ESWC, I went out and I had to find the right shirt to print a logo onto it, and it was ugly ass shirt, but it was the only one with 100% polyester, which was the only one the company I found to print logos on shirts on could do. So it was just a solution that came up like, okay, I have to at least show that I am kind of a pro, but still not. So after that we found M&M Gaming. I think it was like 9 or 10 months later, and we researched and we talked with a lot of organizations, also quite huge ones we were in contact with, but in the end it was just M&M Gaming that felt right for us and didn't felt, you know, too big to be left out. Like, we're taking seriously.
Yeah,
M&M, and that was the main goal to achieve.
I think you did a good choice. We still see M&M Gaming around and still seeing them strong, even having 2 guys showing up at the World Championship just to make a video about Egger representing there. But can you tell, is there any event that sticks out for you when you played for M&M? Sort of a story, online, offline, and so on?
Oh, it's hard to come with an exact, you know, time, but I think one of the best events for me was not performance-wise, but just getting to know everyone was the Nest. I can't remember the exact year, but the very first the Nest I was invited to. It was just like it's the perfect event. It's just everything that Trackmania is about. Everyone was there. Everyone got to meet each other, greet each other, and spend a lot of time together. Because at ESWC, everyone is staying at different hotels, and we are only seeing each other at the venue. At the Nest, everyone was in the same place, drinking a little bit of alcohol and just having a party and enjoying time together and enjoying the game together. That's just one of my simply greatest experiences with this game. Like, yeah, it's the best event ever.
Yeah, I hear a lot of people speaking positively about it, at least afterwards. But can you tell us, how was the expectations going into the Nest before you had any idea of what it really was about?
So my first expectations was like, I'm gonna get my ass kicked because the whole event is about being fast learn, and if there's something I'm not, it's a fast learner. I have to know life a map, and it's just I need the right moment. Like, it has to be a click moment with the certain map that makes me be really good on a map, and it takes some time to get there with a certain map. I'm not like Masa or Kappa that can just drive a map for like a minute or two and just be like, oh, okay, it's like this. And yeah, that's still one of my weaknesses even afterwards, because it's hard for me to get into a map. I don't know if I'm too perfectionistic or if it's just memory, or it's hard to come up with. But I, before the Nest, I know lifed a lot of Minitech maps, you know, to just know a couple of maps fast, and I'm still super bad at it.
There were actually 2 editions of the Nest hosted. I believe the first one was in 2015 and then 2016. You talked about you already almost before the Nest number 2 that you almost were done with the game.
Yeah.
Was there actually a moment where at the Nest number 2 that you sort of felt, okay, and now I'm 100% done?
Yeah, I think so, actually. Like I was just there to have fun, like nothing else. I was, as I told, I was coming out of a relationship. I was in a pretty, let's say, dark time of my life. I was not there to drive fast, and it affected the performance there as well. Besides me being fast learned, I was also bad at the time. So it was. I didn't expect anything, and yeah, I didn't play well either. I could have done a lot better if I would have been focused, and I had the proper training before the event. But as you said, I was sort of already pulling away from the game.
I spoke to Kappa, his former teammate of yours. He spoke about the Gamers Assembly 2018, where he got beaten in the final. He didn't have any emotions for getting beaten. So then he realized, okay, I don't care about being beaten. Why should I play this game anymore? Is there some similarities to your expectations then? Like, you don't care about being beaten. You don't want to be the best anymore.
I always strive to be the best, and I'm far from it. But before all of this happened in 2017, I was pushing the limit of how fast you could progress, at least for me. I played many hours, and I wanted to become the best. Every world record I had, I was hyped about, and sadly they didn't last until the end of the play week normally. But I was always striving to become better, and I spent so many hours hunting single maps to become good at them.
And you also was one of the biggest streamers, or caster at least, when I joined, and you were one of my favorite ones. How did you get into the casting scene and the streaming scene?
Hello? Oh, I just got a black screen on my PC.
Oh, yeah, no problem, man. I can ask the question again.
Yeah, no, I got the question.
Okay, so, just answer when you're ready.
Okay. So I got into streaming just because we needed a streamer. I wanted to show all the matches. I saw all of these other guys doing it, and then I was like, well, we need someone to show our matches. And I was like, well, I can do that. And also, the streaming scene is something like you can make a little bit of money on, not a lot, but a little. And it can also help, getting I would say famous, but not famous, but recognized. We were a fun team back then, and it's something that organizations look at as well when recruiting someone, like how many followers do they have on Twitch, and what can be the future progresses for the streamers they have there and the team members as well. And it's just it got everything a bit more serious. I also wanted to make fun with streaming because I can be quite entertaining at sometimes. Other times I can be really dull. But usually I did it for fun. Like, I wanted to showcase the matches. I wanted to have fun, and just streaming the community and the game as well.
Were there any favorite events that you wanted to stream or cast? You know that this is going to be fun, more people on TeamSpeak and so on.
I'm really not sure, but like, all the ESL matches are fun to stream, especially later in the event when you get down to the top 4 teams, because then there are a lot of people in the stream and rooting for the teams. That's really what made the streaming fun. And also when I streamed, I think it was the first. I went to this LAN every year in Denmark called NPF, and when I streamed the first one, there was just a lot of people like at the event watching and getting into the game as well, because they watched me play it and comment on it, and I saw the seriousness in it, like, instead of something that you play for fun.
Yeah. And talking about the trips to the LAN in Denmark, I believe you went with Serbi, most of the times at least. How is
Yes.
your relationship to the guy and to Serbi?
Me and Serbi are pretty good friends. Like me and him met up a couple of times back in my apartment back in the days. I remember I can't remember. I think it was 22 or 23, and he was 14. And we spent a whole weekend together, just back at my place. And it's just, we have so much fun playing together and trolling each other, and it's just, we have a good friendship, especially because we spend so many hours together in real life and in the game as well. When we I don't remember if you remember that Beat and Kappa went to ESWC, and me and Serbi went there as well with them.
Yep.
Just to root for my team, and Serbi was like, "Yo, can I get along or tag along?" And we were like, "Yeah, sure." And yeah, we spent a whole car ride going to back and forth from Paris. But yeah, Serbi slept like, I think 50% of the way down there.
Nice road trip.
Yeah, indeed. So me and Pete were just having fun instead.
But I recently went to the Paris Games Week this year as a spectator to cover it. You have been attending and being spectating. What is the main difference for you going into each event? Can you actually enjoy some different aspects when you are spectating?
Oh yeah, definitely. Like when I went there the first year as a player, the whole event was very serious. Like you spent most of the time in the VIP area and just focusing on playing the matches and having some fun. But I didn't enjoy any of the events there, like some of the VR places, and I don't think I even did anything at the event there. I just went, played the game, and went back to the hotel and slept. It was just, yeah, a whole Paris Games Week for me as a player. But the year after, when I went as a spectator, we were around all the companies' stands and just, yeah, enjoying the venue as well, and enjoying the atmosphere that is around Paris Games Week, because it's such a huge event. Like almost 500,000 visitors. It's just incredible how they get that many people in there in like a weekend.
Yeah, it's surely crazy. How much of the scene do you actually follow these days? You have a busy life, but are you able to actually follow, let's say, the World Championship this year?
Nope, not at all. I know Kappa won, and I don't know. I think Tween got second.
Yep.
From what I see on my Facebook feed, the only match I watched was my boy Eager's match.
Oh.
So yeah, that was the only thing I got from the World Championship this year. Sadly, I still want to watch everything, but taking the time out, like an hour for me is a long time, and it's just, yeah, the time is just not there to watch everything, and especially not live. But I still want to watch. I'm still interested in the team, and when I rejoin the game, there's just like guys like, who are they? Why are they so fast all of a sudden? Yeah, I'm getting old. Like that's all I have to say.
But a good question for you then. You have sort of not following the scene for a while. What is your impression of the game Trackmania? Is it moving forward, or are we moving backwards from your perspective?
It's no lie that the game is becoming smaller. Like from back what it was in the late 2000s and the early 2010s. But I think the game is moving in a more positive direction now than it was previously. I don't know how to describe it, but like a lot of the best are stopping and is not playing as actively as they were before. But I think that the base amount of players are growing now compared to what it has been the last couple of years. I don't have any numbers to back this up, but that's that's just my general
Yeah.
expression. When I join the game, I see like back in 2015, I think, when you joined the game and saw online servers, there were like 50 people in the first page, and when you moved to the next page, there were no guys playing. Now, when you join the game and you check the servers, they're like the first 3 or 4 pages are filled with players, and that's a good thing. But the I really don't have a picture of the pro scene at the moment, how everything is working out. But I think that with just the right amount of, let's say, marketing and the right, you know, working forces in the game, that it could become huge again.
Yeah, that's for sure. You talked about your career and we went through it. Is there something that you wish you had accomplished, or some feeling that you have something undone in Trackmania?
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. I still would have hoped that I had become better, that I had become faster, and yeah, just ranked higher at events that I did. That's one of the main things I would get back into the game, is just to improve and to do better at these events, because it's something that is buggering me out. Like I wanted to become so good, but I never really succeeded in achieving anything like huge.
We saw Kappa coming back to play the last part of 2018. He became the world champion. Is there any chance at all that we see xxRider back at an event in Trackmania?
I would never say never, man. It's just like I can feel the last couple of months that the game has been pulling me in again, and I don't want to say that I'll come back, but it's something that crosses my mind from time to time, and also just coming back and enjoying time playing. It's something that I miss, and maybe someday that I'll come back, but who knows?
Before the podcast, you talked briefly to me about being a personal trainer. Can you tell the viewers about what you do as a trainer and how you got into that scene?
Yeah, so one of the things that got me away from gaming was me losing a lot of weight. So I after a bad breakup, I was like, I have to do something, and I was tired of being overweight. If you saw me at the Nest, you know what I'm talking about. I was this huge guy, and it was to a point, or to an extent, where it was life threatening for me, and I was like, it's not gonna be like this anymore. And I woke up one day and I decided to do something about it, and within 10 months I have lost almost 70 kilos, and just being a whole better myself, and it's just that feeling, when I got my new girlfriend and she became pregnant. It was like this journey is not over yet, but I got my life back. I got everything that I ever wanted. I got a family, I got a good job, I got an education. Everything found itself in this year, and I found myself and my place in life, and I wanted to give other people that experience. I was standing there like 2 years back in front of this huge mountain, and I didn't know how to get over it, like how to move on in my life, and that was really what motivated me into becoming a personal trainer. So earlier this year, I started the education to become a personal trainer, and I finished the education with an A, and I just want to help people move forward in their life and motivate them. So I'm starting up my own company, online personal trainer, just to help people, and I want to make this company also gaming oriented, because there's a lot of things you can do with training to become a better gamer. You can train in a certain way to get stronger, faster reflexes, and not to get backache when you're sitting many hours in a chair, and that's something that I can help people with as well, and not just lose weight. Like there are so many aspects to training and to being a personal trainer that can help people with, and I want to find my own niche in the market.
Let's say there's someone listening now, they are in the situation you were in, they are heavy and want to lose kilos, but they don't know how. What is the first tip you want to give them? How did they start this journey?
Trial and error. Like, it just if you really want it, just go for it. If you feel like it's time, everyone can find the motivation to it, and it's just about it's not about to do things right. It's not about to do things the right way. Just something like cutting sugar out of your diet can help you from moving out of diabetes and stuff like that. Like, I was pre-diabetic when I was at my heaviest. I was, let's say, like a half a year away from becoming full-time diabetes, and it's just me just cutting out sugar made all those numbers go to almost zero, and it's just you can do so big changes with so many small let's say things in your life. Like, I started going I started eating healthy first. I tried a lot of things, and I was like, yeah, let's start with the sugar, because that's what's really killing me. And I cut out sugar, and then I cut out carbs, and I was on a high fat, low carb diet for 6 months, and I shredded, I think, 50 kilos on it. But the problem with eating no carbs is that your brain works slower. Like, it's not something that you can sustain for a long time, because the brain works on carbs. There are some things in the body that can make the brain work on fats as well, but it was just I felt not stupid, but slower thinking. And so I introduced carbs back into my diet, and I was working out as well at this time. And when I introduced carbs again, I got stronger, quicker, faster. Everything was just better. But everything that I know is something I researched too. Like, I was doing my last year of my bachelor thesis, so I had a lot of time, and so I just researched. I was out working out for 3 or 4 hours. I came back home, ate not a lot, but still some, and every night I just researched about how to lose weight, how to perform better, how to be happier, and how to eat right and train right. And that's really what motivated me to keep going forward. Like, there's always new things you can do, and that's also what motivated me into becoming a personal trainer, because I have a huge background knowledge. I felt everything on my own body. Like, I have felt the days to wake up where you're just like, I am just gonna go to McDonald's right now, or I'm just gonna order a pizza and fuck it, I'm gonna stay in bed. But there's still something that inside you can drive you forward, and it's just to hang on to that feeling, and that's really what motivated me to keep on going.
Let's say there are someone listening who wants help. Is there a place they can reach out to you, or to reach out to the company that you are starting up?
Everything that I'm gonna start up, I will release on my Facebook player page. It's called Joachim xxRider Anderson. Yeah, just hook me up there if you want help of any sort. If you don't obligate to anything or to give me any money. Just if you want a good talk, reach out to me. I can help you, or at least try my best to do so.
Yeah, the link will be in the description of this video, so you find it easily. But can you have any dates, or is there any planned startup for this organizations or company?
As soon as I come up with a name.
Oh, we're just for the name. Let's do a name contest. Let's do a name contest.
Yeah, all the names, put them down in the comment section. I'll take a look at every one of them. But yeah, that's really the only thing holding me back at the moment. I need a good, catchy name, but everything I come up with just looks dumb in a logo. And like, I even have a marketing plan worked out for the company, but I just need to put a name on top of everything, and it's just, yeah, it's like with Trackmania. I'm perfectionistic. Like, it needs to be the perfect name, because down the road I don't want to have it changed. Like, that's it's just, it has to be the right one. And yeah, that's why everything is being delayed at the moment.
Let's do a sort of a giveaway. The one with the right name gets the Fun Team T-shirt that you used at ESWC 2014.
Yeah. Even though that shirt is not worth anything. I also have a 5XL M&M gaming shirt if anyone wants that.
Oh, just post the name in the comments fast as you can. But I remember Bergie was also speaking to the Norwegian broadcast television, I believe. He spoke about how the lifestyle has changed his game and how he became better that year. What is a tip you want to give players out there who don't focus about it and, yeah, I'm just sitting and playing. Why should I care about my health, actually?
Well, your mental game is a huge part of Trackmania. Like, I recall the nights of me just ordering pizza and just right before playing a match, and your mind works slow, your fingers work slow, you just keep crashing. It's not something that I would recommend if you want to be good. If you want to progress in the game, you also need the physical aspect of it, because it's not chess. You still need your fast reactions. You still need to be precise. You still need your eyes to be focused. And I tried to lose weight a lot of times during my time active in the game as well. Back in 2000 and I think it was 14, I lost 20 kilos before going on a vacation to the United States. And at that time period, I played like some of the best I've ever played during my time in Trackmania, and it was really it's really an eye opener if you take that aspect into the game, like into the game of Trackmania and Counter-Strike and Rocket League. I'm not so sure about League of Legends. I have no clue what that game is about yet. But you need the fast reactions. You need to be focused, and the right diet and the right amount of training can get you into that. Like, there is a training style where you just focus on getting a quicker nerve system. Like, it's something you use on old people. I'm just gonna come with the long personal trainer speech here, because it's something you do with old people when they tend to fall a lot. Like, some old people have bad hips, so if they get down to a certain height or something with their upper body, they just tip over because their knees lock out, and they don't have the reaction time to put the leg forward. And it's something that you can train even at that age if you just hit the right amount of nerves. Like, you can do a deadlift. A deadlift is something that will improve your reaction time. It's something that jumpers use to just become quicker, stronger, and faster. And just, yeah, if you can do this, you can also become faster reacting in a game.
Sure.
So, like, what?
I think this is sort of a moving trend in both esport and actually chess. I believe that you sort of have to be trained to actually focus for such a long time and have the reaction times. So in the future, I think maybe you will earn some good money for this if you come up with a name, of course.
Yeah, of course. I will come up with a name. It's just a question of how good it is. But yeah, like you see, I remember right when I was about to step out, I watched a lot of Counter-Strike, and just the Cloud9 thing where everyone was just working out at Cloud9 in the Counter-Strike scene. It's just that made them quicker and better and faster. Also, Astralis is moving towards that trend. Like they are getting ripped. Like they work out at least 1 hour a day just to become faster.
I could listen for this for such a long time, but I know that your time is valuable. Is there any topics in your career or in the future life that you want to share with the people of Trackmania before we close the show?
I don't think that I have anything specific to talk about. But if anyone feel like they want to know anything more, just reach out to me, because I always have time to answer to a text or to have a chat, like just like I did to you. It's not something that I can plan. Like I know that NMD, like I postponed this a lot of times because it's hard to get a baby to sleep. It's hard to feed a baby. Sometimes it takes 15 minutes. Sometimes it takes an hour. It's I cannot be precise, but could always find the time if anyone needs if anyone needs anything, like hook me up. I'll try to help as best as I can.
Yeah, and the link will once again be in the description, so you find it pretty easily. Thank you so much for actually doing this. I know your time is valuable, and I'm happy that you actually made this. Do you have any final words? Some people in Trackmania that has made your career important. You mentioned Nevermind Serby before. Is there anyone else that you want to give a shout out to?
Just everyone that has ever played in Fun Team or in M&M. It's like they are my homeboys. Every one of them. It's just they made the game for me. Every one of them. So I just want to thank everyone for sticking around and yeah, especially to Nevermind for having talks with me to 4 o'clock in the morning. I really missed that time, but yeah, life moves on, and I missed that aspect of my life to be able to game. But yeah, I think that's the final words, and thanks for having me in this show, man.
No problem, man. I like to have the profiles on, and you certainly are a profile, at least in my eyes. You were a big inspiration in my days in 2015, 2016, I believe. So hit me up when the name is out. I will share it on all my social media. So if people want some help, they know where to reach out. Thank you so much, man.
Yeah, thank you, man.